Hello, my name is Alexander Groth and I will give you an overview on how we examine our modules within the master's program. Generally speaking, the Academic Council publishes all general examination modalities via Sakai and on the MCI for Faculty platform. So please always check on the newest version of these modalities here. What I want to introduce you to are all MCIT specific modalities we have installed to ensure achieving our learning goals within the modules and for the whole master's program. Here you can see how our concept for course examinations is designed. We have a four-phase concept. This means we have the course itself, but prior to the course we have pre-readings, and after the course we have two types of gradings. So every course has or is advised to have those pre-readings, and every course has or is advised to have in-class or multiple choice test. As you can see, the final course grade is always comprised of in-class grading and the multiple choice test itself. So what does this mean in more detail? So how the course is graded. In-class grading always shares 50%, as we could see just before. So these kind of grading, or the type of grading, is it seminar work, is it a project, is it the multiple choice test, is always determined by the type of course. So an integrated lecture or lecture itself or a seminar are always graded depending on the content of the course and the type of the course. If there is a written multiple choice test, it's always 50% of the final course grade. And what is the subject of the written multiple choice test? Of course, all course materials used and the pre-readings and every, like in an optional way, supplemental delivered by the lecturer. Let's have a closer look on pre-readings. Pre-readings are, in general, a way to prepare students for the course so the lecturer can start at a more proficient level and take larger steps toward the learning goals. As pre-readings are a necessary source for preparing the multiple choice test, we advise the lecturers to have two types of pre-readings. We have the foundation pre-readings and the core pre-readings. Foundation pre-readings are covering basic requirements for a course, and they should be read by students who are not coming from our bachelor or are coming from similar bachelor programs, for example from a marketing or purely management-based bachelor's program. So they get a good understanding on what is required or which knowledge is required for the course. The core pre-readings are mandatory, so they have to be read and have to be prepared by the students. We will always provide those pre-readings in a sufficient time for the students to prepare, and we always ask the lecturers to supply the students with the pre-readings for their course. So let's take a closer look on class participation. Class participation is always very difficult for a lecturer to grade. So we better structured how we grade this type of examination. Grading class participation is always recommended for labs, projects, and integrated lecture. Still, this depends always on the course and the content of the course. Nevertheless, we grade class participation according to a standardized rubric. So the lecturer is grading according to this rubric, and students self-evaluate themselves according to this rubric. The lecturer and the students will submit their examination or self-examination to MCIT office after 5 days. And when the results are published, students have the chance to appeal against their grade if they feel that this is not fair or they did a better job according to their self-evaluation. And if you want to appeal against an examination, then you have the chance to submit an evaluation report or your self-evaluation report and a reflection paper why you think you did better than the lecturer evaluated you. Afterwards, the lecturer can decide on the final course grade. Let's take a look at multiple choice tests. A multiple choice test is always a test or an examination on how much did you learn, how much knowledge could you take from the course. All multiple choice tests are done according to a standardized format. So every test is 30 minutes long, has 20 questions, and every question has 4 answers. Within every question or within every answer, there can be more than one correct. Every correct answer will give you 1 point. Every wrong answer will subtract minus a half point. So much for our class participation. If you have any questions, please always contact your module coordinator or MCIT office. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to a well-examined semester.